Loneliness is a universal human experience. It's that deep, aching feeling of being disconnected from others, even with a population of over 8 billion on this earth. In today's hyper-connected world, more people are feeling lonely than ever before. But what is loneliness, really? And how can we deal with it effectively? What is loneliness? Loneliness is more than just being alone. It's a state of mind where one feels isolated, unsupported, and unloved. It's important to understand that loneliness is subjective. Two people in the same situation can feel very differently about it. Why do people feel lonely? People feel lonely for various reasons. Lack of social connections. In our busy lives, meaningful relationships can sometimes take a back seat. It's not just about connections with others. Even connection with our inner self is missing. We are so busy running behind material things that we have no time to connect with ourselves. Life transitions. Moving to a new city, starting a new job, experiencing a breakup, or losing a loved one can trigger feelings of loneliness. Mental health issues. Conditions like depression and anxiety can amplify feelings of isolation. Social media. Ironically, while social media connects us, it can also make us feel more isolated by highlighting what we lack in our own lives. Social media has added fuel to this feeling across the globe, with people sharing pictures of themselves enjoying time with others or having the best time of their life. But much of this is just a show-off. I have personally seen couples sharing pictures that seem like there are no other lovers in the world like them, only to hear a few weeks later that they are going through a terrible divorce. Loneliness versus solitude. It's crucial to differentiate between loneliness and solitude. Loneliness is a negative state, marked by a sense of isolation. Solitude is a positive, constructive state. It's the choice to be alone and use that time for self-reflection, creativity, or relaxation. Buddha once said, "Better to live alone in the forest than with a fool." This highlights the value of solitude and choosing the right company. The power of solitude. Throughout history, many spiritual leaders and great minds have found enlightenment and made significant discoveries in solitude. Buddha attained enlightenment under the Bodhi tree in complete solitude. Similarly, scientists like Isaac Newton and Albert Einstein made groundbreaking discoveries while in solitude. Solitude doesn't mean you must leave your household life and move to the forest. It means learning to be happy alone and being more focused on your own goals. Impossible becomes I am possible when you are fully focused on your goals. People think it will take several lifetimes to attain enlightenment, but just take the example of Buddha. He understood the value of focus and solitude, and only with these two skills did Buddha achieve enlightenment. People will say meditation is the key, and yes, that's correct. But focus means doing just one thing with every part of yourself involved in it. Just like a car is a way to reach a destination, meditation was a way to attain enlightenment. But remember, focus was on achieving enlightenment after Buddha stepped out of his palace once and for all and then explored different ways to attain it. Human connection and solitude. Humanity is connected to fulfill our needs for survival. It's good to have friends and relatives, but depending on them for your happiness is not the way to true fulfillment. Everyone wants to be free, so why are we looking for the bondage of others to feel happy? True freedom comes from not seeking happiness outside ourselves. Buddha's teachings on loneliness. Buddha's wisdom offers profound insights into dealing with loneliness. Embrace impermanence. Buddha taught that all things are impermanent. Feelings of loneliness, like all emotions, will pass. This too shall pass, he advised, reminding us that our current state is not permanent. Remember, we came alone into this world and will go alone from this world. Whatever relationships we get or make during life are impermanent and will be left behind at some point. Find comfort in meditation. Meditation helps us connect with our inner selves, offering solace in solitude. The Buddha often meditated alone under the Bodhi tree, finding enlightenment in solitude. When you practice meditation for some time, your loneliness will turn into abundance. You will not require anyone to make you happy. Instead, happiness will come from within. Compassion and connection. Buddha emphasized compassion towards oneself and others. By being kind to ourselves, we can start to bridge the gap of loneliness. You, yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. Living mindfully. Engage fully in the present moment, whether alone or with others. Mindfulness can transform loneliness into a rich, solitary experience. The story of Kisa Gautami. Kisa Gautami was a mother who lost her only child. In her grief, she felt utterly alone and wanted to have her child back or commit suicide, as she couldn't imagine life without her child. Buddha told her to find a mustard seed from a household that had not experienced death. She realized that everyone suffers and faces loneliness. This story teaches us that loneliness is a common human experience and that we are not alone in our suffering. Practical steps to deal with loneliness. Connect with yourself. Spend time doing things you love. Explore hobbies and interests that make you feel fulfilled. Always remember, no one can do as much for you as you can do for yourself. Reach out. Don't hesitate to reach out to friends, family, or support groups. Sometimes a simple conversation can make a big difference. But the final goal should be to develop inner happiness. Practice mindfulness. Engage in mindfulness or meditation practices to help ground yourself in the present moment. Volunteer. Helping others can reduce feelings of loneliness and provide a sense of purpose. Seek professional help. If loneliness becomes overwhelming, consider talking to a therapist or counselor. Your life is very precious, so don't let it go downhill. Loneliness is a challenging but manageable part of the human experience. By embracing Buddha's teachings, practicing mindfulness, and reaching out to others, we can transform loneliness into a time of growth and self-discovery. Remember, as Buddha said, "No one saves us but ourselves. No one can and no one may. We ourselves must walk the path." Thank you for joining us on this journey of enlightenment. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe.